On July 19, 2026, billions of people will tune in for the largest sporting broadcast in human history, the FIFA World Cup Final. But the venue hosting this event isn't a billion-dollar climate-controlled dome in Los Angeles or Dallas. It is an open-air stadium sitting squarely in the New Jersey Meadowlands. This 82,000-seat structure sits 8 miles outside of the New York City skyline it serves, positioned directly on top of a highly compressible estuarine wetland, a literal swamp. To secure this bid, the facility had to satisfy a strict checklist set by FIFA's governing body, demanding specific pitch dimensions, natural grass quality, and elite security perimeters. Beating out newer alternatives required a facility built entirely around adaptability, forged by over a decade overcoming severe geographical, financial, and logistical hurdles. For over 30 years, this site was occupied by the aging concrete bowl of Giants Stadium. By the mid-2000s, the New York Giants and New York Jets agreed to a 50-50 joint venture to replace it with a $1.6 billion facility that both teams could call home. The immediate problem was the ground beneath their feet. Because the Meadowlands is an estuary, the soft, wet earth simply could not support the hundreds of thousands of tons of steel required for a modern megastructure. This diagram shows how engineers bypassed the soft soil. They drove over 3,000 steel H-piles straight down into the earth, some of these just to anchor into solid bedrock. With the foundation set, crews had to assemble the steel skeleton directly in the parking lot of the old stadium, swinging 40,000-pound beams mere feet away from active tailgate zones and 80,000 fans every Sunday. Right as the framework was rising, the 2008 global financial crisis hit. Supply chains seized and material costs fluctuated rapidly, threatening the private financing backing the entire project. By drilling into bedrock and maintaining their capital through an economic collapse, the builders secured a foundation capable of handling the extreme demands of the decades to follow. Inside that steel frame, the designers faced a different kind of problem. Because the Giants and Jets split the construction costs straight down the middle, the building could not favor either team's branding. The exterior shell consists of thousands of horizontal aluminum louvers. These slats provide a neutral metallic sheen, but they also act as an aerodynamic shield, breaking up high winter winds whipping off the Hudson River to stabilize the open-air seating bowl. Tucked behind those aluminum slats are 4 miles of programmable LED lights. With a single command from a control room, the entire structure shifts from Giants blue to Jets green, completely altering the stadium's visual identity overnight. That modularity continues inside. The end zones utilize a plug-and-play turf tray system, allowing groundskeepers to rip out one team's logos and drop in the others in a matter of hours. Building a facility that could constantly erase and rebuild its own identity forced engineers to prioritize raw efficiency. That underlying flexibility is exactly what FIFA requires for a massive, neutral-site international tournament. The final obstacle for the 2026 bid was spatial. American football fields are narrow, but international soccer requires a pitch 68 meters wide, plus vast safety runoff zones. Looking at this top-down layout of the seating bowl, you can see the tight corners. To hit FIFA's mandated dimensions, structural engineers are going in and amputating sections of the lower tiers, physically removing 1,740 seats to push back the concrete retaining walls. Because the tournament strictly forbids synthetic turf, crews will lay out a modular system of specially cultivated natural grass trays, retrofitting the existing lines with new underground irrigation and deploying heavy-duty grow lights to keep the pitch alive. The stadium has already tested this operational capacity, routinely packing its concourses for major international soccer friendlies, outdoor Super Bowls, and massive concert tours. The World Cup Final will be played in New Jersey because MetLife Stadium was never designed to be a delicate architectural monument. It was engineered to be a machine, a massive, highly adaptable structure built to solve spatial limitations, survive harsh winters, and host the largest spectacles. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the engineering behind the world's biggest stages, please subscribe and press the bell button so you don't miss our next deep dive.